It's not often that I remember the first episode I watched of any given show, but Phineas and Ferb has such a huge impact on me that I couldn't possibly forget. I think I was around 8. I was at my cousin's house and he said he wanted to show me this cool show, and he turned on Phineas and Ferb. The episode specifically was the one where they raced chariots around the tri-state area. After that, I hadn't watched the show again for years, but eventually, I got cable and started watching the show on my own. I've always liked the show, but I never really knew why. So, in an attempt to explain it to myself, I'm going to tell you all why I love Phineas and Ferb. Sitting in the living room, watching cartoons, flipping through the Disney Channel, Cartoon Network, and Nicktoons, hanging with my friends, animated on the screen, chilling out on the couch in front of my TV. Yeah, anything is possible when you're calling impossible, just like the American dragon, nothing is impossible. Phineas and Ferb taking rocket ships to space, Zack and Cody pulling pranks, making Mosby reds in the face. Like when Eddie scams a cul-de-sac, trying to get some cash, Hector V is gonna stop him and leave him flat on his ass, while the Powerpuff Girls are stopping him in his tracks. I'm headed back to the past like I'm Samurai Jack. Got a blast off to Retroville, chill with the boy Genius. Call me the Avatar, cause I'm rising up like a phoenix, defeating the gods and ghouls, facing off against Danny Phantom, chilling in Bikini Bottom with Sponge and Pat acting random.
Sometimes life can give us more than we can take. You might just get a dreadful feeling forming. When things are stressful, don't give up, just take a break. Sit down and watch cartoons just like we did back on Saturday mornings.
What is Phineas and Ferb?
Phineas and Ferb is an American animated series created by Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh that aired on the Disney Channel and Disney XD from August 7th, 2007 to June 12th, 2015. The show followed the adventures of stepbrothers Phineas Flynn and Ferb Fletcher as they find new ways to seize the day and make summer awesome, no matter the situation at hand.
The good.
Alright, so, nobody, and I mean nobody, can make a video about Phineas and Ferb without talking about the music. Dan and Swampy made it a point to have an original song in every episode of Phineas and Ferb following the third episode, Flop Stars. And, oh my god, there is not a single bad song in the entire 8 years of the show. Sure, there are some less entertaining songs, but not a single song is bad. And because of that, I'm gonna do a speedrun top 10. Here we go! Raichous' top 10 Phineas and Ferb songs! Playlist of the following songs linked in the description. Number 10, Today is Gonna Be a Great Day. I have this one at number 10 because I don't really know if it counts seeing as it's the show's theme song. But fuck it, it's my list, I'll put whatever I want here. It's the perfect song to represent the series. Who knows, might do a cover of it and have it play at the end of this video. Number 9, Summer, Where Do We Begin? I love this song so much. Like, I've never heard a song that describes summer more perfectly. I even referenced this song in my Phineas and Ferb song, I Know What We're Gonna Do Today. Link in the description. Number 8, The Last Day of Summer. This song made me cry when I heard it for the first time. And, to be honest, it still does. This is the song that I wanted to capture the vibe of when I wrote I Know What We're Gonna Do Today. Still linked in the description. A song that makes you feel nostalgic for a show that you may not have even watched much. Number 7, Evil Love. I like seeing Doofenshmirtz happy. Doofenshmirtz deserves to be happy. That is all. Number 6, Alien Heart. Bro! Lawrence has fucking pipes! Why didn't they let this man sing more? I deadass want to sing this shit at my wedding to embarrass my fiance. But I won't, because it's Owl House themed. Number 5, What Might Have Been. Listen, if you know me, you probably know how much I love cheesy love songs. Floating with You, It's Not Like I Like You, and this song right here. It's such a beautiful song, sung wonderfully by Alison Stoner and Vincent Martella. Number 4, Summer Belongs to You. This song makes me cry every fucking time I listen to it. I can't believe this shit happened halfway through the series. Like, Summer Belongs to You would have been the perfect finale, but it wasn't, and now it kinda hurts to go back and watch, because it's so grand scale and it's perfect, and it reminds me that this amazing series is over. But it's got such an amazing message. Summer belongs to you. Make the most of every day. Number 3, Big Honkin' Hole in My Heart. I love Baljeet and Buford, and this song sums up why I love them so much. I even did a cover of it with my friend Joe/Jenni No Mercy, also linked in the description. Number 2, My Sweet Ride. I love the 50s swing vibe of this song. Like, that's it. That's all I have to describe this one. I have no idea why I love it so much, but I feel like I come back to this one the most. So, why isn't it number 1, you ask? Well, number 1, Not So Bad a Dad. This one makes me cry every single time I listen to it. I didn't have a father growing up, so I'm terrified to be a father myself. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I can imagine that Doofenshmirtz is fairly similar in that regard. So to hear his daughter lament that he's still a good father, even though he may not be perfect, is cathartic for me, in a sense. And the message paired with Olivia Olson's amazing vocals legitimately makes me cry every time. But I can't really explain in depth why I feel so strongly about the song without also talking about the subject of it, and the best character, Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. Doofenshmirtz is an evil scientist and the arch nemesis of Perry the Platypus. Every episode he has some harebrained scheme to take control of the tri-state area and mold the world in his image, but every week he's foiled by Agent P, aka Phineas and Ferb's pet platypus, Perry. He's often the cause of his own failure though, putting easily accessible self-destruct buttons on everything he builds. But none of this is the reason why I think he's the best character. It's because he's kind of my role model as a father. Now, I know, that sounds crazy. The dude's evil, he wants to take over the world, he fights a semi-aquatic, egg-laying mammal of action. But hear me out. Dr. Doofenshmirtz had a rather poor childhood. Neither one of his parents showed up to his birth. He spent a good few years of his life being raised by ocelots, and when he was taken in by his parents, he was dressed in hand-me-up girls' clothing and forced to be a lawn gnome. He always had to celebrate his birthday alone, he was neglected by his parents, and generally spent his entire childhood feeling like garbage. And because of that, he's an amazing father to Vanessa, even if embarrassing. He always throws her a birthday party, even when she feels she's too old, because his birthday was always forgotten by his parents. He makes sure to show up to Vanessa's events because his were ignored by his parents. He showers Vanessa with attention because he was never given any. 16 years before the show started, Doofenshmirtz's ex-wife Charlene gave birth to the most beautiful thing he'd ever laid eyes on. And he decided right then and there that he'd be a better parent to her than he had ever had growing up. And that's how he's my role model. When this video releases, I'll be the proud father of a 1.5-year-old baby girl and a 2-month-old baby boy, and I swear to them, at all costs, I'll be a better father to them than mine ever was to me. Doofenshmirtz is my role model, because as a father, he's the man I strive to be. Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz is the best fictional character ever put to screen, and I'll take that opinion to my grave. Alright, I've taken a 2-minute break. Let's continue the video. Every episode of Phineas and Ferb felt fresh, which is crazy for a show with an 8-year run. It always inspired me to try being creative, and it still does, and I can only hope that it inspires others in the same way. The show's message of seize the day has always resonated with me. Alright, so this section is probably a little short to be cut here, but I think it'd be best for me to move on from all the sappy stuff before I cry again. So I'm gonna talk about
The bad.
This section is gonna be super difficult because there's not much bad about Phineas and Ferb. The worst thing that can be said is that the show is super formulaic. Phineas and Ferb decide what they're going to do. Isabella, Buford, and Baljeet come over to help them do it. Candace tries to get their mom to come home from whatever she's doing to see what Phineas and Ferb are doing and get them in trouble. While that's happening, there's a B-plot where Perry is told by Major Monogram that Doofenshmirtz is up to something evil, so Perry has to stop him. Throughout the episode, we cut back and forth, and by the end of the episode, whatever it was that Doofenshmirtz was doing usually causes whatever Phineas and Ferb were doing to disappear. Mind you, this doesn't happen in every single episode, but it's there for the grand majority of them. And, well, that's about it. To be honest, I'm sure there are more issues to be had with the show, but honestly, I personally don't have any. These videos are, of course, my opinion for the most part. Add front-facing Phineas to the bad list. Phineas and Ferb was a phenomenon. What started as a triangle-headed kid drawn on a napkin became one of the most beloved and iconic cartoon shows in television history. I know I didn't talk about too much in this video. I legitimately broke down after writing the entire essay about Doofenshmirtz and decided it would be best to move on from talking about the good characters. In hindsight, I probably should have gone back and written more, but I've run out of time to do that, unfortunately. So, if you want more on the history of Phineas and Ferb and more good stuff, bad stuff about it, watch the video by ToonrificTariq. I'll put that in the description and in the card, and it'll be linked at the end of the video. If you've never watched Phineas and Ferb, if it's been a while since you last watched Phineas and Ferb, whatever your situation, try to watch the series if you have access. Phineas and Ferb is a good time, and I feel like everybody could benefit from watching the show. That's all I have for this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. If you're a fan of this series, feel free to join my Discord server where I try to be as active as possible and post teasers for future Why I Love videos. If you made it this far in the video, tell me what your favorite Phineas and Ferb song is in the comments. Thanks for watching, and remember to stay righteous.